Alright, I went ahead and set things up beforehand to save time on the recording. Consider this an in-between. This is the victory lap of doing the head fight, and a comparison video. You don't have to watch, but I'm doing this just because I want to. Comparing the complete and incomplete version of the Revolutionaries. So, starting off with the Revs in orange. Well, and Leota. Starting off with the Revs in orange. So, the Revs in orange have a single exclusive page. Well, the incomplete version has incomplete fire breathing. The non-exclusive page that comes from the book is Dragon Scale Armor. And United We Stand. Fafnir's Fang, I think, comes from Helena's book. I know I said I did this to save time, but let's just double check real quick. Fafnir's Fang comes from Helena's incomplete book. Does not come from that. But anyone can technically use it. It's also one of the things that comes complete. The Book of Revolutionary Orange only gives Seditio Civitatis, United We Stand, an incomplete version of United We Stand, and Dragon Scale Armor. Whereas Helena's book gives Take Flight, For Those I Must Protect, Incomplete Shimmering Scales, Incomplete Fire Breathing. Here's the comparison, though. The incomplete page of Revolutionary in orange, 98 health, 55 stagger, 2 to 8 dice. Resistances are both the same. Endures slash and slash stagger. Endures blunt physical, and that's it. 104 health versus 98, and 74 stagger resist versus 55. The incomplete version has Inner Fire, Flaring Brand, Sturdy Armor, Not Alone, The Revolution. The complete version has Not Alone, Revolution, Sturdy Armor, all of that, but it also, Inner Fire, Flaring Brand, Sturdy Armor, and also has Volatile Passion. If target has burn, boost the power of offensive dice by +1. Now, for comparison's sake, incomplete fire breathing. On use, inflict 1 fragile to self this scene, draw 1 page. 3 to 5, blunt 3 to 5, blunt 3 to 4, target's current die cannot be recycled. Complete fire breathing. On use, inflict 1 fragile to self this scene, draw 1 page. 3 to 5 blunt, 3 to 4 blunt, target's current die cannot be recycled, but this die is rolled 5 times. This is not meant to be used with the Revs in orange. I'm just kind of showing it off equipped to them. Despite the fact that this is an exclusive, despite the fact that this is not an exclusive page, it is actually meant to be used with, where are you specifically? Cordrake. Take 80% less damage from burn. Your blunt dice have on roll inflict 1 burn. Not on hit, not clash win, on roll. So that's what this is meant to be. Now, incomplete Dragon Scale Armor. On use, gain 1 protection this scene. On clash win, 6 to 9 block, gain 6 to 9 block on clash win, gain 1 protection. 6 to 8 block on clash win, restore 1 light. 3 to 7 slash on hit, inflict 2 burn. 2 to 6 block counter die on clash lose, gain 1 protection this scene. The actual complete version has Combat start, gain 1 protection. All defensive dice played by this character gain on clash lose, inflict 2 burn this scene. On use, restore 1 light. 6 to 9 block. On clash, gain 1 protection, not clash win. 6 to 8 block. On clash win, restore 2 light, not 1 light. 3 to 7 slash. On hit, inflict 2 burn. 2 to 6 block counter die. On clash lose, gain 1 protection this scene. United We Stand is the Unity page. Each of the revolutionaries has 1 Unity page. Incomplete United We Stand, Unity, Combat Start. All their allies playing a Unity page this scene gain 2 protection, and stagger protection can't stack. 2 to 6 blunt. On hit, inflict 2 burn. 3 to 7 slash. On clash win, draw 1 page. 6 to 9 block. The complete version. Unity, Combat Start. All their allies playing a Unity page this scene gain 2 protection and stagger protection. So, all their allies. Yeah, same shit. 2 to 6 blunt. On hit, inflict 5 burn instead of 2 burn. 3 to 7 slash. On clash, draw 1 page, not clash win. 6 to 9 block. This time with the effect on clash win, gain 1 strength this scene and next scene, and an additional 4 to 8 pierce die. From Helena's own book, the incomplete version, we have Fafnir's Fang. On use, draw 1 page. 6 to 12 block. On clash lose, destroy the last die on this page. 10 to 30 pierce, inflict 6 bleed. Next scene on hit, inflict 6 bleed. Next scene, inflict 3 burn to all enemies. Pretty good. Now let's compare Helena. Helena's incomplete page versus Helena's actual page. Already there's a big difference. 200 health versus 110. 140 stagger resist versus 70. And 3 to 9 on the speed dice roll versus a 1 to 9. Everything is the same for the resistances, except now slash is completely ineffective instead of just endured. Speed of flight, gain an additional speed die at emotion levels 1, 3, and 5, can't overlap, end up replaced with momentum. Whenever the emotion level rises, gain a speed die. Core Drake is still the same. Take 80% less damage from burn. Your blunt dice have on roll inflict 1 burn. Rigid plates, up to 15 protection, up to 15 protection. Fragile is preserved between scenes. Instead becomes rigid scales. Protection fragile is preserved between scenes indefinitely. Inner fire is still there, but now she has volatile passion and force of a wildfire. On melee hit, inflict 1 burn and force of wildfire, a status that lasts 2 scenes. When enemy force of wildfire is staggered, inflict all other enemies with burn equal to half the amount of burn that the enemy had, rounded down. Inner fire is where this stops, and it's just the revolution. Not alone. Yeah. And that's about it. So there's that. Now, Helena gets from her own, even her incomplete book, for those I must protect and take flight. Usable on and after the 3rd scene. This page is exhausted on use and returns to hand after 4 scenes. On use, become untargetable and unclashable next scene. Add a mass attack page to hand that can only be used next scene. On clash win, give all allies 3 conviction next scene, 5 to 15 block die, 4 to 15 evade die. On clash win, spend 1 fragile in protection to restore 1 light. For those I must protect. Mass individuals, single use. On use, spend 10 fragile to add a copy of this page to hand, and give all dice power on this page plus 6 power. 1 to 3 slash on hit, inflict 1 feeble this scene and next scene. 1 to 4 slash on hit, inflict 3 paralysis this scene and next scene. 2 to 4 blunt on hit, inflict 5 burn. With Core Drake, every blunt die that rolls also inflicts 1 burn. Now we have Shimmering Scales. Incomplete Shimmering Scales, on use, spend 10 protection to draw 3 pages and restore 10 light. 6 to 10 slash, on hit, inflict 3 burn. 5 to 9 block, on Clash Win, gain 1 endurance this scene and next scene. 5 to 9 block, on Clash Win, gain 1 endurance this scene and next scene. Compare that to... What the fuck just landed on my arm and flew away? Compare that to the complete version. Spend 10 protection to draw 3 pages and restore 10 light, so same shit. That 6 to 10 slash becomes a 7 to 12, still inflicts 3 burn. And that 5 to 9 block becomes 8 to 9 block, with the same effects. So, there you have the Revolutionaries in orange, but real quick, this is also worth bringing up. Seditio Civitatis. This is a Unity page. On hit, restore 1 light and draw 1 page. The next other ally to hit the target restores 1 light and draws 1 page. I don't know if I'm going to field this in any of my stuff, especially since I'm pretty sure I can probably find better ways to restore light and page draw in all the Revolutionaries, but it's worth bringing up because it's there and it's part of the Revolutionaries. Next, the Revolutionaries in black. Now, these are going on... I'm planning to put these on Yesod, despite Fair Judge. Violence should still work. Chained Wrath won't work, but Violence should still work, because it doesn't involve dice power, it involves dice value. And yes, the Revs in black have stuff that involve dice value, they just nullify changes in dice power. So, first off, a Revolutionary in black. There was too much shit to really fit, so there might be a bit of searching involved. From the Book of a Revolutionary in Black, you get Monochromatic Blade and the incomplete version of Work in the Shadows, Steady Judgment, Pin Down, and Blend In. From the Book of Rhythms, you get the same stuff, but also the incomplete version of Appropriate Punishment. You do not, however, get Rhythm's other exclusive, Abyss Gazes 2, until the Book of the Citywide Revolt, where you get his complete stuff. So let's look at the Revolutionary. 99 health versus 96 health, 78 stagger versus 60 stagger, and they endure, and the statuses are mostly the same, but they endure pierce physical damage. Can use range pages, speed, lockdown, fair judge, bounty hunting, not alone the revolution. The complete version gets headhunt. Bounty hunting, against targets with 100 or more HP, boosts the maximum roll value of all dice by half the target's restraint up to +4. If the target has at least 6 restraint, also boosts the minimum value of all dice by +1. Headhunting is the same thing, but without a cap. It can scale infinitely. Mind you, restraint is a passive that never goes away. They also have Mirage, the thing that the Ujits have. So, you have Monochromatic Blade. Combat start, all dice the user plays lose 5 power this scene. On hit, restore 1 light. If target has 4 more restraint, restore 1 light. 7 to 11 blunt. 7 to 10 pierce. On hit, if target has 2 more restraint, restore 1 light. Now, that combat start effect sounds like shit until you realize Fair Judge nullifies that. This is why it's not exclusive, because you'd probably be tempted to put it somewhere else. But it really is just something you would use here for the Revs in Black. So let's look at their exclusive page. Steady Judgment. On hit, if target has 10 or 15 to 20 blunt... range page. 15 to 20 blunt. On hit, if target has 10 or more restraint, seal a speed die of the target next scene. 4 to 8 block on clash when inflict 2 paralysis next scene. 4 to 7 pierce on hit, if target has 6 or more restraint, draw 2 pages. The dice values changed from a 4 to 8 block to a 6 to 8 block, and from a 4 to 7 pierce to... oh no, I thought it changed. 4 to 8 block to 6 to 8 block. The effect is the same, except now, instead of sealing speed die, it's immobilize the target. Work in the Shadows. This is the Rev in Black's Unity page. On combat start, all their allies using Unity page this scene draw 1 page, can't stack. On Clash lose, if target has 1 or more restraint, 7 to 9 block. On Clash lose, if target has 1 or more restraint, gain 3 protection in this scene. 6 to 10 blunt. On hit, if target has 3 or more restraint, draw 1 page. 3 to 9 evade. Now, in the complete version, that changes to from a 6 to 10 blunt to a 7 to 12 blunt. The effect is mostly the same. If the target has 3 or more restraint, draw a page. But now, the 6 to 10 counter evade die has on clash win. If target has 1 or more restraint, inflict 2 paralysis to them. Blend in. This is probably one of the bigger utility jumps. The effect of Blend In has not changed. It is still a 4 to 9 evade, a 1 to 3 slash. If target has 3 or less restraint, become untargetable next scene, otherwise inflict 3 paralysis. However, now it has a 3 to 9 evade counter die. The biggest change in benefit is now, on use, it restores 2 light instead of 1. And finally, Incomplete Pin Down. Single use, 4 to 7 pierce, inflict 1 restraint on hit this scene and next scene. 3 to 7 pierce, on hit inflict 3 bind next scene. 2 to 7 blunt, on hit purge all protection from target. The complete version of Pin Down, 4 to 7, 3 to 7, 2 to 7 still, but... and 3 bind. The effects are all the same. But now it is no longer single use, and on use it restores 1 light and draws 1 page. So there's the Revs in Black. Now for Rhythm. Rhythm has 2 exclusive pages, Appropriate Punishment and Abyss Gazes 2. But first, the changes. 118 health versus 102, 88 stagger resist versus 68, still 4 to 6 on the speed die. Except now, he endures Pierce. That's about it. Rhythm has Lockdown, Fair Judge, Paralyzing Opening, and Bounty Hunter. Paralyzing Opening is boost the minimum and roll value of all dice by target's paralysis up to +3. If target has at least 3 paralysis, also boost the max value of all dice by +1. Fair Judge. He still has Lockdown, Fair Judge. Now he has Head Hunting instead of Bounty Hunting. And he has Mirage, just like the normal Revolutionaries, but now he has Vulnerability Exploitation, which is basically just Paralyzing Opening, but without a cap. Appropriate Punishment. Combat start. This scene, all dice the user plays gain +1 minimum and +2 maximum value. 5 to 9 block on Clash Win. If target has 3 or more restraint, all eyes draw 1 page and restore 1 light. 3 to 7 slash on Clash Win. Lower the max value of opponent's next die by 3. 1 to 6 slash on hit. If target has 10 or more restraint, seal a speed die of the target next scene. And a 1 to 5 block counter die. This changes to a 6 to 10 block, and everything else is relatively the same. However, combat start, this scene, all dice the user plays gain +2 minimum and +3 maximum value instead of +1 and 2 respectively. If target has 3 or more restraint. Furthermore, if target has 1 or more restraint instead of 3, all eyes draw 1 page and restore 1 light. Further, that 3 to 7 slash now has the on Clash Win effect of destroying the opponent's next die instead of lowering its value. And that 1 to 6 slash on hit has the effect of, if target has 5 or more restraint, seal a speed die instead of 10. Then we have Abyss Gazes 2. Combat start. Give all allies 2 conviction and damage up next scene. Inflict 2 restraint and paralysis to all enemies this scene. 15 to 15 blunt. On hit, deal bonus stagger damage equal to 5 times the target's restraint. 5 to 5 pierce. On hit, recover stagger resist equal to the target's restraint. Again, whatever the fuck that was got on my arm. And then basically the same thing again. So, yeah. Not bad. Pretty good. Now let's move on to... I don't think I've missed anything so far. So now let's move on to the Revs in Red. The Revs in Red, I saw one of the most drastic fucking changes. So, the Revs in Red are a bit interesting in that... in how their books work. So, I've been recording, right? Oh, thank fuck. I would have been so annoyed. So, the Revolutionaries in Red... The standard book of a Revolutionary in Red gives you Streets Running Red, and the incomplete versions of Crossblade Advance, Cover Weakness, Bandage Up, and Protective Stance. They also give you something you don't get anywhere else. I don't remember if you get it even in the Book of the Citywide Revolt. You get Intense Focus and Lightspeed Strikes, and this is something else entirely. And this did, to the point that it kind of confuses me. But I kind of see what it's going for. The Book of Meso gives you the incomplete version of those, plus the incomplete version of Exsanguination, and the incomplete version of Heat Engine, and Meso's exclusive, what is that, Blood Red Blade? Now, similar to... was there anything like that for Helena? I'm just trying to remember. No, Helena didn't keep anything from you, I think, that other than complete versions. I might be already misremembering. Similar to how Abyss Gazes 2 isn't acquired until you get Ridim's complete set, for Meso, you don't actually get Endothermic Impact until the complete set. Now, this is interesting. Now, one interesting thing to me is Streets Running Red, which you get as early as I just gotta double check. Yeah, Streets Running Red, which you do get from the Rev in Red's book, isn't equipable by the standard Revolutionary in Red, or the incomplete version. I meant to say. It is only equipable at that time by Meso's incomplete page. But it is equipable by the complete version. So, comparing. 140 health, or sorry. Oh, wow, fuck. I was way off on my memory there. 180 health versus 120. 57 stagger resist versus 52. Same dice roll, but now physical damage is ineffective instead of endured. The incomplete version has battle wounds, blood fiendish, and that's it. On hit, recover 2 HP. If the character recovered 3 or more HP in a single scene, gain 1 strength next scene. And battle wounds, bleed and fragile is preserved between scenes. However, they take full damage from bleed. That's why they have so much health. They still have battle wounds, they still have blood fiendish, but now they have razor strike and bound by blood. At the start of the scene, if all other allies are alive, gain 3 stagger protection, and if no other allies are alive, gain 3 strength instead. Now, there's a lot to cover here, so I'm going to have to actually do this through the page search. And we'll go over these two at the end of this part. So, bandage up. On use, spend one bleed to recover 2 HP and stagger resist up to 5 times. 2 to 6 counter block die. On clash lose, restore 1 light. 1 to 6 counter block die. On clash lose, draw 1 page. Words are fucking hard. Also, sorry about all that. Sorry about trying to mimic DSP for a bit here. I'm coming down with something, I think. So, bandage up has the same thing, 1 bleed to recover 2 HP and stagger resist up to 5 times, but now it's a 4 to 8 block counter die, a 3 to 8 block counter die, and the effect of restore 1 light and draw 1 page is on clash, not on clash lose. So even if you win a clash, hey. Protective stance. Combat start, inflict 3 fragile to self this scene, give 2 protection and 1 stagger protection to all other allies this scene. On clash lose, 6 to 8 block on clash lose, boost next dice max value by +3. 4 to 7 blunt on clash lose, lower max value of opponent's next die by 3. 4 to 7 block counter. The values basically stay the same. Inflict 3 fragile self, give 2 protection and 1 stagger protection to all their allies this scene and next scene, instead of just this scene. Except now, on Clash Win, you don't lower the value, you just destroy the opponent's next die. Exsanguination. Combat start, inflict 12 bleed to self, gain 2 strength this scene and 1 next scene. 6 to 10 counter evade die, 4 to 8 counter slash die. On Clash Win, inflict 3 bleed to self next scene. Okay. It took me a bit to realize the difference, to spot the difference. It's the same effects, but now gain 2 strength this scene and next scene instead of 2 strength this scene and 1 next scene. Honestly, a very slight difference, but hey, a difference is a difference. An upgrade's an upgrade. Oh, shit. Crossblade Advance is the Rev and Red's Unity page. Combat start, for this scene, all other allies using Unity page gain an evade die 5 to 10 that comes first, can't stack. On hit, 5 to 7 slash on hit, inflict 1 feeble this scene and next scene. 4 to 7 slash on hit, give a random ally 1 strength for this scene and next scene, chosen separately. 3 to 7 slash counter die, on clash lose, inflict 2 bleed to self next scene, restore 1 light. Now the complete version goes from a 5 to 7 slash to 6 to 8, a 4 to 7 slash to a 5 to 8, and a 3 to 7 counter slash to a 4 to 8. The unity effect is the same. On hit, inflict 1 feeble this scene and next scene. And on hit, give a random ally 1 strength this scene and next scene chosen separately. Inflict 2 bleed to self. Yeah, so it basically has better dice value. And then finally, cover weakness, which apparently there's a lot of stuff that involves the word cover. Cover weaknesses. On use, spend 4 fragile to draw 3 pages and gain 3 endurance this scene and next scene. 4 to 8 pierce, on hit, gain 2 protection, stagger protection, and conviction next scene. 6 to 12 evade, 4 to 10 counter block. Spend 4 fragile to draw 3 pages and gain 3 endurance this scene and next scene. Spend 4 fragile. Oh, I actually didn't notice that. It is now a 2 cost instead of a 3 cost. Now I have to go back. Son of a bitch. Now I have to double check that for everything else. Everything is the same except the 4 to 10 counter block die now becomes a 7 to 15. Spend 4 fragile to draw 3 pages and gain 3 endurance this scene and next scene. Gain 2 on hit. Gain 2 protection, stagger protection, and conviction next scene. So we've covered the basic revs in red. Now I have to go double check something. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah. No, fucking. I never paid attention to the cost. Shimmering scales cost 2 instead of 3. United We Stand is the same. Fire Breathing is the same. Same cost. Same cost. Okay, cool. So I didn't miss too much, just like one thing. Alright, now we're on to Meso. Now, Meso is again this is again why the revs in red are one of the biggest drastic changes I've seen. Same speed dice, 75 stagger resist versus 61. And Pierce is endured instead of normal now, except now she has 240 health. Yeah. Meso's incomplete page has battle wounds, sanguine desire. If this character's HP is at 50% or lower, gain 2 strength and recover 3 HP on a successful attack. Razor strike by default, blood fiendish, bound by blood, and anthill. Take 50% less damage from status ailments. At the end of the scene, if this character has any fragile, gain half that much stagger protection next scene, rounded down. Meso's complete page has bound by blood, blood fiendish, razor strike, sanguine desire, and battle wounds. But now, instead of anthill, she has Mravenek. Take 66% less damage from status ailments. I have no idea if I pronounced that right. I don't care. At the end of the scene, if this character has any fragile, gain that much stagger protection next scene. Instead of gaining half that much stagger protection next scene, rounded down. Now, Meso has 2 exclusives, Incomplete, Streets Running Red, and Incomplete Blood Red Blade. Like I said, the Incomplete revs in red couldn't actually use Streets Running Red. Only the completes could. Only the complete version could. So, we already discussed... I think we discussed Streets Running Red, did we? No, we did not. Okay. So, Streets Running Red. Combat start, inflict 5 bleed to self. User and target do not lose bleed stacks after rolling offensive dice for this scene. 6 to 9 pierce, on hit recover HP equal to stacks of bleed on target. 6 to 15 slash, on hit gain max stagger resist equal to target's bleed. And 6 to 10 counter block, 6 to 8 counter block. On clash when inflict 1 bleed next scene and the scene after. So everyone having access to this page is kind of insane. Then there is then there is this stuff. Incomplete Blood Red Blade. On use, inflict 4 cost. On use, inflict. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure now with the speed dice. I'm sorry, speed dice with the cost, light cost. On use, inflict 3 bleed to self this scene. Draw 1 page. 7 to 10 evade. On clash win, inflict 3 bleed to self this scene. 4 to 8 slash. On roll, spend 5 bleed to recycle this die. Now I have not had a lot of personal experience using this one, but I think that I don't remember if that because it doesn't say it triggers once. I don't remember if it only triggers once or if it's indefinite as long as you have 5 bleed. Blood Red Blade, inflict 3 bleed to self, draw a page. 7 to 10, 4 to 8, but now there's a 5 to 9 pierce. On clash win, inflict 3 bleed to self this scene. On clash win, inflict 3 bleed to self this scene, boost next die's max value by +3. On roll, spend 5 bleed to recycle this die. Again, doesn't say it's only once or up to how many times, so might be indefinite. 5 to 9 pierce on hit, recover 6 HP. Now, we have Incomplete Heat Engine, which is not, we have Heat Engine, which is not exclusive, and is good as an anti-burn page on anyone if you're fighting something that inflicts a lot of burn. You can use it against them, but it's clearly designed for you to use it on Meso with Endothermic Impact, which you don't get until the complete set. 2 cost, on use, inflict 8 burn to self, draw 2 pages. 5 to 9 blunt, on hit, inflict 8 burn to self, inflict 3 chill. 5 to 9 blunt, on hit, inflict 8 burn to self, inflict 3 chill. And 4 to 7 blunt, at 5 9, 5 to 8, 4 to 7, all down, inflict 8 burn to self, inflict 3 chill. So, mind you, you only need to inflict like 7 chill to someone to immobilize them. And then you have Heat Engine. Heat Engines, yeah. Honestly, I see the stark difference. Damn. So on use, spend 4 burn to restore 2 light and draw a page up to 2 times. On use, same shit up to 3 times, except instead where the dice have no value. I'm sorry, where the dice have no effects. I meant to say. On clash win, gain 1 strength this scene and next scene. On clash win, gain 1 endurance this scene and next scene. So it's worth fielding. Seriously, restore two light and draw a page up to 3 times? Okay, so for 12 burn, you restore 6 light and draw 3 pages. You inflict yourself with way fucking more than 12. So I guess it's worth fielding more than maybe one, definitely 1, maybe 2 of these. So that's the Revs in red. Now I'm putting the Revs in violet on Hessen. And the Revs in violet are a little weird. Oh, we almost forgot something. This is an upgrade to Rapid Gashes. If you're unfamiliar, you should know Rapid Gashes if you played this game. You use Rapid Gashes, you use Clone, you use a little bit of Page Draw, and you go the fuck to town. In fact, as a comparison, this is a 4 to 10 slash, 4 to 9 slash, 4 to 9 pierce, 6 to 10 block, versus a 5 to 10 slash, 5 to 9 slash, 4 to 9 pierce, 7 to 10 block. Yeah, this is basically meant to be rapid gashes. This page's cost is lowered by the number of other intense focus in hand. But unlike rapid gashes, where there's no page effects, on hit, if target has 2 or more restraint, restore 1 light. On hit, if target has 3 or more restraint, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 1 restraint this scene and next scene. On clash win, gain 1 strength this scene and next scene. Why something explicitly meant for the revolutionaries in black is here is a bit odd. I mean, it can be meant for anyone because it inflicts restraint. Yes. And you can use this easily on the Revs in red. But restraint is the Revs in black's thing, which is kind of weird that it's here, but I don't mind it. I kind of dig this, actually. And then you have Lightspeed Strikes, because this is restraint focused. Dice on this page deal no physical damage on hit. 8 to 10 pierce, 8 to 12 slash, 6 to 14 blunt, 8 to 16 block. Target's current die cannot be recycled. This die is rolled 4 times. And on hit, deal bonus stagger damage equal to 5 times the target's restraint. On Clash Win, if target has 1 or more restraint, all allies draw 1 page and restore 1 light. Basically, Lightspeed Strikes is meant to be your I will stagger you, and you can't do anything about it page, alongside Intense Focus. So what I'm saying is yes, use 3 Clone, 1 Replicant, 3 Intense Focus, and 1 Lightspeed Strikes. It will feed into itself. You will never need light or page draw, and you can keep going and going. I'm probably going to set up 1 or 2 of the revolutionaries in red with this specific setup, if I'm going to be completely honest. Now, the Revs in violet are a little bit odd. So, the Book of a Revolutionary in Violet gives you Know Thyself, Akashic Records, Seditio Civitatis, and Incomplete Heavy Reading. Heavy Reading is the only exclusive page, and it's also the only incomplete page. Know Thyself and Akashic Records being pretty just being themselves. The Book of Akasha further gives you Null and Sigil of Lightning. Now let's compare before we continue with the combat pages. So the complete version of the Revolutionary in Violet. Same dice roll, same resistances, but 100 stagger resist and 100 health versus 78 health and 90 stagger resist. The Revolutionary in Violet has knowledge shared and unrestricted research. While there are 5+ pages in hand, all dice gain +1 power. Draw 2 pages at the start of the act. Every 2 scenes, draw 1 page. The complete version has Warrior and Poet. All dice gain +1 power for every 3 pages in hand. Manipulator of Odds. When a die this character plays rolls the minimum value, re-roll it. Activates once per die. Worldly Scholar. Draw 2 pages at the start of every scene, which is what the incomplete version of Akasha had. So all dice can gain +2 power, up to like +3 power if you have 9 pages in hand. Now they get, interestingly enough, Incomplete Heavy Reading is an exclusive page that only the Incomplete Akasha, only the Incomplete and Complete Akasha, well, all of them. It's an exclusive page that only the Revs in Violet can use. But Heavy Reading is not exclusive. Which is really weird to me. So, Akashic Records, if there are 6 or more pages in hand, all dice on this page gain +2 power. 3 to 6 block, 3 to 6 block, 3 to 9 pierce. On Clash Win, add a copy of the target's current page to hand. Know thyself. This is the Revan Violet's Unity page. Combat start, all their allies play using a Unity page. This scene restore 2 light, can't stack. 7 to 7 evade. On Clash Win, gain 1 endurance this scene. Next scene, 1 to 4 blunt, gain +1 power for every page in hand. Then there's Sigil of Lightning, which I'm very fond of. It's just an on-play page that deals 12 damage and inflicts 2 paralysis. Nothing can resist this. This is not a status effect. This is not a damage type. It's just you shit out 12 damage. That's it. If anything, in fact, I would love to try and make a setup where I have at least 2 dudes in the Revan Violet just shitting out Sigil of Lightning every single turn and rapidly killing people. So, yeah. Finally, to compare these two. Incomplete heavy reading. If there are 6 or more pages in hand, all dice on this page gain +2 power. 6 to 16 blunt. On Clash Win, add a copy of the target's current page to hand. 3 to 9 block. On Clash Lose, gain 1 conviction next scene. I gotta take a drink. Oh, yeah. I love coffee. So, the dice don't change, the value doesn't change, and if there are 6 or more pages in hand, all dice on this page gain +2 power. On Clash Win, add a copy of target's current page to hand. Yeah. On Clash Lose, gain 2 conviction next scene instead of 1. And again, it's not exclusive this, and the alteration this time is interesting. It's not exclusive, which is actually that's an interesting way to have it be an upgrade, is that anyone can use it now. So now we have Akasha. Now, Akasha is an interesting fellow because he has 60 health, 100 stagger resist, and 2 to 6 on the speed dice. Slash, he takes no. He has normal stagger resist across the board. Slash and pierce physical damage are ineffective, and blunt endured. He has warrior and poet, so +1 power for every 3 pages in hand. Worldly scholar, draw 2 pages at the start of each scene. Arcane Knowledge, if this character is not staggered, respond to one-sided attacks with the combat page Akashic Records up to 3 times per scene. This guy is meant to be your I tank physical damage guy. Now he has an exclusive page, Null. Single-use combat start, add Ein to hand. On Clash, 3 to 5 block. On Clash Win, gain 1 strength for this scene and next scene. 3 to 4 slash on hit, restore 6 light. And 3 to 8 block counter die. I cannot tell you off the top of my head what this entire chain is, because it literally leads into like several different pages that all exchange into each other. So now we go to Akasha's complete page. Pretty much the same, except now blunt is also ineffective and he has 100 health instead of 60. This motherfucker's not unkillable. So, whereas he has Warrior and Poet, Worldly Scholar, and Arcane Knowledge, now he still has Arcane Knowledge, but now he has Scientia Potentia Est, Infinite Wisdom, and Manipulator of Odds. All dice gain +1 power for each page in hand. If upon losing a clash, discard a random page from hand. Which means, this is the page draw motherfucker. Definitely. I'm sorry, this is the discard motherfucker. This is the one you give discard effects to. Infinite Wisdom, draw 9 pages at the start of each scene. So aside from the fact that he needs to maintain his light, this motherfucker's golden. This guy is good. The only difference is he has Cosmic Crush. Mass Summation, on use, lower this page's cost by 1. Gain +4 power for each page in hand, 1 to 15 blunt. That's a lot of damage. Mind you, you would think, oh, so I have to wait. Whenever I see this kind of shit, I think, oh, so I use it, bring my light back up, and I have to wait to draw this page again. You're going to be drawing this page next scene, buddy. You're going to be drawing this page... It doesn't say single use. You're going to be drawing this page every turn. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you're spamming it for no cost. So, that's the Revs in Violet. Now, we are on to the Revs in White. So, where are you? From the Revolutionaries in White, you get incomplete... this gives you so many incomplete versions. You get the incomplete version of Flash, Lightbringer, Droplet of Light, Heavenly Shield. I think that one is Heavenward Strike, and Unyielding Faith. From the Book of Soul, you get incomplete Heavenly Shield and Droplet of Light and Flash, and Lightbringer, and Soul's exclusives, the incomplete versions of... I cannot read that shit. Soothing Light, Blazing Light, and Guiding Light. So, Revolutionaries in White. 77 health, 77 stagger. I see what you're doing there. 2 to 6 on the speed dice. Endures Slash, endures Pierce Stagger. Resistances haven't changed. But now, 100 stagger resist, 88 health. This is a little bit because the only thing they really get is I did not bow down. At the start of the first scene, gain 9 stagger protection. This amount is reduced by 2 on each subsequent scene. Minimum of 1. And Battle Medic, your dice have on Clash Win, a random ally recovers 3 HP and stagger resist. Whereas the complete version has I will not bow down. You gain 9 stagger protection flat out at the start of every scene. You also have Battle Medic, but now you have your shield, defensive dice gain +1 power. So, let's look at the combat pages. This one is interesting. Is interesting to me. Incomplete Droplet of Light. 0 cost. Reduce the cost of a random page in hand by 1. 3 to 8 counter block. Except now, it is a 5 to 9 counter block. You draw a page when you clash, and you reduce the cost of a random page in hand by 1. It pays for itself. Unyielding Faith. 1 cost. On use, restore 2 light. 2 to 9 slash. On Clash Win, gain 2 conviction this scene. 3 to 7 overflow, gain +3 to 7. Brain. 3 to 7 pierce, overflow, gain +3 power and a positive emotion point. I still am not entirely sure how this works. If the rolled value of the die is less than its minimum value, activate an effect. I don't know if that is a typo. I do not know if that is a typo whatsoever. How does it become... For one thing, how does overflow in the English language translate to if it goes below the minimum value? That's what I'm... Am I just having bad reading comprehension here? I am a Project Moon fan. So, the best I could think is, theoretically, if you have some kind of effect that forces the die to roll lower than its minimum value. Which would be if you have... I don't even know. There's a status effect for it. I don't remember which one it is. Feeble, paralysis, what the fuck ever. The only thing I can think of would be that, or like lower the minimum value, but then the minimum value is still the minimum value. I don't understand how this works. I'm just going to assume it works. It just works. So combat start. So this is on use, restore 2 light, not combat start. 2 to 9, 3 to 7. But that 3 to 7 pierce becomes a 4 to 7. Now instead of on use, restore 2 light, it is combat start, restore 1 light, gain 2 conviction this scene. On use, restore 2 light. So you spend 1 light to get 3 light back. Start the fight with 2 conviction. And now, instead of on clash win, gain 2 conviction, because you already get that on the combat start guaranteed, you get on clash, gain 1 protection. Overflow, gain +3 power and a positive emotion point. Now for Incomplete Lightbringer. On use, this page is replayed on a random enemy for every remaining point of light. Oh, yeah, I went over their passives. Okay. 4 to 12 slash, 1 to 6 evade, 3 to 4 pierce on hit, restore 1 light. Now it is a 6 to 12 slash, a 2 to 8 evade, and a 4 to 5 pierce. On use, this page is replayed on a random enemy for every remaining point of light. Yeah. But now on clash win, gain 1 hope this scene and next scene. All dice gain +X maximum value, 3 hope is lost at the end of each scene. On hit, restore 1 light. Cost is the same, it's effectively the same. Now, Soul's Incomplete page. He has normal resistances to everything physical, endures everything for stagger, and has 2 to 7 on the speed die, 90 health, 90 stagger. Now, Pierce is ineffective. He has 120 health and stagger. Unlike the others, he has speed 2, so he has 2 extra speed dice starting out. Spring of Light, restore 1 to 3 light at the start of each scene. Wait a minute. Oh. I forgot something. I don't know why. I think it's because there was too much shit. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So we have Heavenward Strike and Heavenly Shield. Incomplete Heavenly Shield. They all cost the same, as their complete versions. On use, draw a page for each other living ally, up to 3. 4 to 10 block on clash win, gain 1 endurance this scene and next scene. 2 to 7 slash on clash lose, gain 1 conviction next scene. 4 to 12 block on clash win, gain 1 protection. This becomes draw a page for every living ally. Gain 1 endurance on clash win this scene and next scene. On clash lose, gain 2 conviction next scene, and on clash win, gain 1 protection this scene. So you gain 1 extra conviction, and you draw a page for every other living ally. Oh no. Oh, yeah, don't think I didn't notice that wording there. Draw a page for every other living ally up to 3, so it doesn't count yourself, and it's a max of 3. Whereas here, it's for every living ally, and it doesn't have a cap, so you're drawing 5 pages when you use this. Heavenward Strike. This is the Unity page for the Revolutionaries in White. Combat start, all other allies using a Unity page this scene recover 6 HP and stagger resist, can't stack. 10 to 27 pierce, inflict 1 feeble, disarm, bind, fragile, and paralysis next scene. 4 to 10 block counter. This becomes all other allies using a Unity page this scene recover 6 HP and stagger resist, so same thing. Same dice value, except now inflict 1 feeble, disarm, bind, fragile, and paralysis this scene, next scene, and the scene after. That's incredible. You can stack that so much. back to Soul. So, yeah, now Pierce is ineffective. I just love, by the way, I just love looking at this and just seeing all these pages of Philip just standing there. Soul has Spring of Light, restore 1 to 3 light at the start of each scene. I was really hoping the generic complete Revolutionaries in White would have this, but I guess not. I did not bow down, and I did not falter. So at the start of the first scene, gain 9 stagger protection, 9 protection. It's reduced by 2 every subsequent scene, down to a minimum of 1. Serpent of Heaven gains different effects depending on the current floor. I usually put him on Hakma. I'm gonna be honest, not on Hakma. I don't feel like giving Hakma tits, but I usually put him on Hakma's floor. Well, now he has Infinite Light, restore 9 light at the start of each scene. I will not bow down, and I will not falter. Gains 9 protection, stagger protection at the start of every scene. This is fucking busted. In fact, I'm gonna make sure of something. Okay. The mod creator, I was gonna say there's no way he would allow this. There is zero fucking way he would permit this. I was right. Okay, cool. I've been suspecting that ever since I knew, for this whole time, because I was like, there's no way, right? Infinitely stacking protection to the point you're unkillable. You can still stack the 15. You can still stack the 15 from the standard one, though. The incomplete one. And that's really funny to me. So. Soul's main gimmick is he has three pages completely exclusive to himself. Blazing Light, Guiding Light, and Soothing Light. Incomplete Guiding Light. Overflow, recover 5 HP and stagger resist, 3 to 4 block, 3 to 4 block, 2 to 3 block, 4 to 12 pierce. Overflow, restore 1 light and draw 1 page. Overflow, gain +3 power and a positive motion point. On hit, give all allies +1 max light capacity. This changes to 5 HP and stagger resist. Oh no! Now I see the change. Once again, it almost escaped me. Now, instead of all these pages costing 3 light, they only cost 2. 5 HP and stagger resist, 1 light and 1 page, +3 power and a motion point, and +1 max light capacity. I wonder if there are any changes to the rest of them. So, incomplete Blazing Light, Overflow, 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 12 Blunt. Are they different ones? Pierce, Blunt, Slash? Yes, they are. Overflow, restore 1 light, draw a page. Overflow, gain +3 power and a positive motion point. Overflow, recover 5 HP and stagger resist. On hit, inflict burn to all enemies equal to 1 plus twice their remaining light. Restore light, draw a page. Gain 3 power, 5 HP and stagger resist. 1 plus twice their remaining light. So I'm going to just assume, I'm going to do this anyway, but I'm going to assume it's the same thing here. Gain +3 power and a positive motion point. Gain 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 3 to 4. These are basically the same exact dice, but they're just moved around on each page, by the way. On hit, all allies receive HP and stagger resist, or recover HP and stagger resist equal to 1 plus twice their remaining life. Yeah. So they have lowered cost in Soul's Hands. So those are the revs in white. Finally, it's not much, but we're doing Leota. Why there's an incomplete Leota and a complete Leota, I am not certain. What I will say is, I'm wondering if he's ever going to do Autumn's Court, and what the, we have the Page of Autumn. We don't have, like, minions, like with the others. So, same speed dice. Now I have to double check. 2 to 6, 2 to 6, 2 to 7, 2 to 7, okay. So, same speed dice, but now 70 stagger resist and 110 health instead of 60 and 100. Same resistances. The Four Seasons have always been kind of overpowered with their resistances. Not that I want you to patch it, Mr. Mod Author. I'm completely fine with this. So you have the 4 exclusives to Leota: Frost Shield, Frostbite Strike, Ice Lance, and Frost Nova. There are no other incomplete pages for non-exclusive stuff you get from the Book of Winter. Incomplete Frost Shield, on use, restore 2 light. Oh, I almost forgot to check passive, sorry. If there are any. Cryogenic Rapier, your dice have one-sided and inflict 1 chill. Crown of Ice, reduce damage and stagger damage taken from attacks by the attacker's chill. Winter's Mantle, unaffected by immobilization. At the end of the scene, if any character has 7+ chill, restore 3 light and inflict 2 bind and feeble to all enemies next scene. Egoism, Impenetrable Blizzard, that's just her unique ego page. Numbing Cold, at the end of the scene, purge all chill from enemies with 7+ chill and inflict 2 feeble bind and seal to them next scene. Winter Soldier, oh, hold on a sec, no, we're getting into... Yeah, don't worry about that shit. Okay, so those are all her passives. Cryogenic Rapier, Crown of Ice, Winter's Mantle, and Egoism. Wait, really? Hold on a sec. This is actually worse, because she doesn't have Numbing Cold by default. That's kind of dog shit. But then you turn around and go and look at this, and it's like, oh, she doesn't get the passive, not passive, the complete pages. That's kind of dog shit. I wonder if I can attribute that Numbing Cold to Leota from her incomplete page. I wonder if that's an oversight that the mod creator had. I should ask him. On use, restore 2 light, 2 to 5, 2 to 5, 2 to 5 counter block. On clash, inflict 1 chill. Same shit, on use, restore 2 light. But now, the first block die is an 8 to 10. Okay, interesting choice. On use, if target... range page. On use, if target has chill, draw 1 page. 7 to 10 pierce, on hit, inflict 1 chill, one-sided, deal bonus damage equal to twice the target's chill. 2 to 5 block, counter, on clash, inflict 1 chill. On use, if target has chill, draw 1 page. Same thing, but now it's an 8 to 12 pierce, inflicts 2 chill, and one side deals bonus damage equal to twice the target's chill. Okay. And finally, Incomplete Frost Nova. Mass individual, deals no physical damage, 5 to 9 blunt, on hit, inflict 3 chill. Now it's a 7 to 12 blunt, on hit, inflict 3 chill. This has been incredibly... This is a wet fart. This is kind of a wet fart to end on. This has been incredibly underwhelming. Part of me thinks, personally, with no knowledge and facts on this whatsoever, this is just the mod creator having having what is basically the complete version of Leota, not knowing where to put her, and he went ahead and put her in the Book of the Citywide Revolt while he's trying to finish up the Four Seasons stuff, if he's still working on it even. So, well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This has been the comparison video. I'm going to do a lot of off-screen team building. A lot. So, sorry for eating my now cold breakfast very audibly on camera, on mic. But yeah, there you go. Do a lot of off-screen team building. Come back later. I'm thinking about doing the Ruinous. I've been thinking about doing the Ruinous library after finishing the finale of the game proper, and I'm going to record the finale of the game. But I've been debating on whether or not I even record myself in the process. I've genuinely been thinking I'm going to set my teams up right now, as you know, with what I have, and I'm just going to do the finale of the game. I'm going to go ahead and do the finale of the game. Without external audio recording on, and just quietly go through the end of the game. And then we'll do Ruinous Library.